So in the 50s and 60s, musical groups could press their own vinyl albums, 45 inch, 12 inch, 45 inch is more like corporate. They would do 12-inch releases of music that only had one or two songs, like a A side and a B side, and the sound system would play that song over and over and over again, 50 or 60 times, like, driving around to different villages, and they had the sound system in the back of the truck, and they'll play that same song over and over and over and over again. A couple days later, it would be a different song, and they would just play over and over and over and over again, because they just started having the ability to press their own vinyl 12 inch. It was 12, 45, 76. But the little self-pressed vinyl machines that bands would get together in a studio with, it's not a studio. It would be like those booths where you take a picture and it comes out with like 6 pictures. They have these, it's just the technology. And it's similar to like what YouTube is today, but you know how we're like the most intelligent, stupid people in history? Like in time of scripture, it was like there was a timeless vibration where everything written was timeless. And then, but the Christian church fathers, their Bible looked like a pamphlet. It was really thin. Like, they didn't have a complete body of scripture like we do today, and the internet and Google and everything you want to look up before you even ask a question. You have to look at the questions, because questions have answers in them, before you make yourself look like a fool, because you didn't use this technology that's so stubbornly easy to use, and it's at everybody's fingertips. So we think the selection for, like, if you listen to a genre that was from like the 1930s and 40s, we think that the selection of music that they had was limited, like similar to scriptures or something. But music is like, it could be every neighbor, like all your neighbors, and like everybody was trying music. So there were some natural talents, and there were some people that before they pressed their own vinyl. So you would be like, your favorites would be a long list of favorites. And later on, after we look back at the pressed, 12-inch and 45-inch and whatever, before they had like the ability to press their own, we think that that their music selection was limited as ours, because we're using the technology of vinyl. They knew a lot more that we'll never hear. That's authentic and original, and sounds like it too, because that's how it would be, and that's how it would sound if it was, and it was. So now we have like to make the words almost sound like uninterpreted. You can't interpret. So you listen to songs for a long time, never knowing what they meant. Like, it takes like 30 years to find out like what they were actually mean. The thing is, like with calypso or something, the only reason that you don't know what they mean is because you don't know the vernacular and the nomenclature, or like the phrases and the things that they used to say. Like there was like anecdotes, there was like timeless anecdotes, and we never heard those. So when we hear them, we don't even know like what it means. But that's a little bit different than incoherent, like I'm singing along with something and I have absolutely no idea what it means. You would know what it means, because you would just like, oh, what did he say? Oh, okay, that means this, that. Oh, okay, I know what he means. You could fix it right away. Now it's like, I listened to the song like for 30 years and now I just realized what it means. Or you would be like, oh, there's no fucking such island as Kokomo. Why is the Beach Boys singing about I'll take her to Kokomo When where's Kokomo on a map? You're not faulty if you can't find Kokomo on a map because it doesn't exist.